All right. Hey there, everyone. This is meteorologist Phil DeCastro. And you guys can keep talking. It's all right. It won't pick you up. We are here at Fincantieri Bay Shipbuilding in Sturgeon Bay, and probably one of the coolest places I've ever been, and one of the coolest opportunities I've ever had right now, because I am standing underneath, and let me flip the camera around here. I am standing underneath, just about underneath. I can literally be standing underneath, though, the USS Cobia submarine. This thing weighs 1,526 tons. World War II submarine. And I just walked underneath it. I mean, how awesome is that? It's here at Bay Shipbuilding. They've got it up in dry dock. First time in about 30 years, I think 29 years technically, that the Cobia has been up in dry dock. And they've already put in a ton of work. It's only been in dry dock for, I want to say, about a week and a half, something like that. It arrived about 2 weeks ago. Just about, no, not even. Yeah, it arrived about a week and a half ago. And it is undergoing basically cleaning, repainting, inspection to see if there's any issues that have either popped up that they're not aware about, or, just to kind of make sure everything's okay. And basically, they've already done all the pressure washing on the hull. They pressure wash, they estimate, about 3 tons of sediment, of mussels, of other buildup off of the hull. Basically, everything that you see that's been repainted in black, they had to go through and not just pressure wash, they had to sandblast all of that down. And yeah, about 3 tons of material came off of the USS Cobia in that process. And now she looks great. They've already been doing the repainting, the resealing. That primer up top that actually looks more of almost an off yellow, kind of a tan. Apparently that's going to continue to cure, and that's going to end up looking a little more gray over time. And the other interesting thing here is, and actually what's down here, you can see some of that black here. This is actually some of that medium left over that they were doing the sandblasting with. But what's interesting is, ooh, smells like low tide under here. If you look closely underneath the blocks, you see how it's still kind of bare. They haven't had a chance to actually paint the spots that are right underneath the blocks. So what they're going to have to do is, and I think they're going to do this next week, what they're going to have to do is, and by the way, I'm putting a lot of faith in these these blocks here. What they're going to have to do is, they're going to have to float this again, and the whole ship is going to, or submarine, is going to end up moving forward about 8 feet. And so what that's going to allow them to do is all of these little spots under here that they weren't able to pressure wash and they weren't able to paint yet, that's going to allow them to get some of those bare spots and to do the rest of it. But I was talking to one of the lead engineers, and he said everything, considering the age of the ship, he said she's in great shape. Part of that has to do with, frankly, the job that was done on it 30 years ago, the last time it was in dry dock. The Wisconsin Maritime Museum takes great care of this vessel while she's in the water there in Manitowoc. Really, the only thing that happened that they weren't planning for is, you see this little guy right here? See this little open notch? Well, that is apparently a door from a torpedo tube. There's 3 of them on this side. There's 3 of them on the other side. Well, that door, I guess, popped off. But thankfully, it popped off, from what I'm told, almost immediately in Manitowoc when they moved it. So they were able to find that door pretty quickly. They sent some divers down for it. And so that's part of the work that they're going to have to do yet. They're going to have to reattach that torpedo door. Obviously, like I said, they're going to have to refloat it. And they're going to have to move it forward 8 feet to paint some of those bare spots. I believe they have to do some work up on the superstructure up top yet, up on the sail. I'm trying to use as many nautical terms as I can here. They're going to have to do a little bit of work there. But in general, they say it's in really good shape. I mean, how cool is this? This is awesome. This is just unbelievable. Like, I'm just gobsmacked. First of all, at the scale of the thing. I mean, this is incredible. you don't realize just how much of this is just sitting below the surface of the water. You can't see it. You just don't. You just have no perspective on it. Yeah, 1,526 tons, all out of the water. I mean, I'm really glad that you guys engineered those blocks really well, because I was just standing directly underneath it a few times. Yeah, I tried not to think about it too closely. But this is cool. I mean, it's all right if I go under there? I mean, okay. All right. I could see what you were saying about some of the bare spots. Just barely on some of the, where it was sitting there.
Right.
I mean, this is something else. Is this for stability? This little fin here almost?
Yeah, it's actually called stabilized.
Oh, okay. All right. So it does what it says on the box on that one.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Not that it looks small when it's in the water.
Yeah, it's different.
It's so different. It's just...
Yeah, some vessels are like that. You take them out and they look twice as big as what they do in the water.
Uh-huh.
And then once you put them back in, and then this one, yeah. And I think part of it has to do with the size of the dock it's sitting in.
Sure. Oh, absolutely. I had a question from someone that was watching. They said, how are you going to float it to get it back out? I'd imagine you just back it out, goes in the way it came in.
Correct.
Okay.
So,
Yeah. So
we'll have to move it off center and then take it out to clear the...
Gotcha. Oh yeah, that's another interesting thing is, so you see how the blocks at the front, we're on a YouTube live right now.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Great.
So the blocks at the front are kind of tall up there, and they do have these blocks on the side here, but they're shorter than the blocks that are both at the stern and at the bow. And so what they did was they couldn't just bring it, I'm gonna flip the camera again around here. They couldn't just bring it straight in. So what they had to do is they had to bring it in, and then they had to go sideways over top of the blocks to kind of do it that way. And you said most ships are not like that. You can just bring them straight in, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So I mean, among the many challenges that dry docking a World War II submarine presents, I would say that was probably the first big hurdle to get over.
That's It's the height of the keel blocks versus the draft of the vessel.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a little tricky, but they did a good job.
Yeah, I mean, it's just amazing. I'm like running out of things to say. I was saying on the video, the big steps left are repainting those bare spots and then repairing that torpedo door. Those
Correct.
are the two big things you
Those
would
are
say.
the two big things. And then underneath, what you can't see is behind the prime steel there, there's some, just a few steel structural members that are going to get replaced.
Okay.
A couple of holes in the deck just for, keep weather out. And then obviously above the water line. So,
Gotcha. Yeah, because that's just a primer.
Yep, that's a primer.
And you were right. It almost looks like a yellowish tan kind of.
Yeah. So typically your primer, it's gonna end up gray with a semi. They called it a camouflage stripe. It's just kind of it's just a different offset of a line that helps it blend in the water to the original paints.
Okay.
The original paint scheme.
Gotcha. So you're gonna get as close to that as you can. What it would have been in wartime.
Yep.
That's so
That's
cool.
the intention.
That's so cool. Another question for you. So there's those fins up there that are kind of folded up to the side of the submarine.
So
are those functional? Do they come down at all anymore, or do they stay kind of tucked up?
We will drop them.
Okay.
Just for inspection and paint coverage. But no, they're intended to stay stowed as they are.
Unless it's like
unless
underwater.
They ever want to dive again.
I don't think it's. Is it capable of diving anymore? Okay, I didn't think so, but I know that they've got the engines do run, but they're not hooked up to anything at this point.
The shafts and the propellers have been removed and blanked off.
Sure, I mean, makes sense.
Yeah, the last time the dry dock, they closed up quite a few of the underwater appendages. Just the inside, they're still there, but I see some of the doublers and some of the holes that have been welded up, just for.
Oh, sure.
So you don't have to worry about that valve leaking by anymore.
Just to kind of, I would imagine it's just to lessen the failure points that there could be.
Correct.
Okay, that makes sense. Cool. Well,
otherwise,
thank you.
You'd be dry docking a lot more than everything.
Yeah, and that gets expensive, I feel like. Yeah. All right. Well, hey, I once again, I just can't reiterate how cool this is. Just to be able to walk underneath a vessel like this and just hang out. I mean, that's cool, man. Being able to touch the underside of this boat, this World War II ship. I mean, it's unlike anything I've ever done. Very cool opportunity. And I know that the museum is super excited to have her back. And it sounds like everyone at Bay Shipbuilding is also just like, I don't want to say geeked out about the project, but I don't know how else to put it. I mean, they're just so excited about having the USS Cobia here in dry dock and doing all the work on this. It's just a perspective that you just don't get. It's really awesome. But I really want to thank you guys for tuning in and for giving us a watch. I feel like through a phone screen or through a computer screen, you just don't even appreciate this. It's just something else. But I hope that I could kind of bring just a little bit of this to you, and just for a little bit of scale. I mean, that's how big we are. I mean, we are looking up at this beautiful boat. This is amazing. But thank you so much for joining in. This is just something else. Just absolutely unreal. And yeah, straighten out my hard hat there. Thank you for watching. We appreciate it. We're going to be bringing more about this to you in the coming weeks as well. We're going to have a story on this tonight at 9. And then we're hoping to kind of synthesize all this and kind of put it together, hopefully, into kind of more of a bigger thing. But yeah, I think for now, that's all we've got. We're going to have more at 9, as I mentioned, and we're going to try to bring you as close to being here as we possibly can. So thanks a lot for watching, and we'll catch you later.